I must admit that it's a weird thing for the quizmaster to say, but I dreamt about hosting this event last night. Good evening, Jonathan. And I won't tell you who won in my dream, but there was a definite winner and everyone was very pleased about it.
Was it you?
I think Quiz was the winner. So we have Jonathan, we have Darren. We are just waiting for
Anu, I think.
Anu, yeah. Just check you can all hear me okay. Volume's good.
Sounding great.
Yep.
I've got the dishwasher on in the adjacent room, but hopefully it's not coming across too aggressively.
Okay, and it doesn't have any answers.
Yeah, my dog's howling in the other room because she's not happy about being sequestered. So, but I think she's far enough away. We're okay.
We're still waiting. Anu.
Hopefully it's not waiting until half past.
No, because that would be close to the edge. So some of you have been here before. I think, Darren, you're the only person who hasn't?
Yeah, I think so.
You appear to be not overpowered by nervousness, which is good to see.
No, I'm used to getting my butt kicked by Evan and Jonathan. So.
And for revenge, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Been playing the long game.
What time is it for Anu? Not too early. No, it's afternoon, isn't it?
It's noon. We're in the same time zone.
Yeah. Where's he? San Diego? Are you the same sort of area?
I'm in the Bay Area, but same state anyway.
Right. You've been here before. You know how this works. I'll have various thank yous to give and then introduce you.
They'll be here in 2 minutes. So we'll make pleasant small talk.
Have a quizzing background. Jonathan, you won't be surprised to learn that one particular nugget about yourself has made it into your intro, which is just the greatest thing that's ever happened to a quizzer. So I have a loaded set of questions, week 9, tier 1 grand final. It's good. Right, just because I'm being slightly paranoid, I have brought up a question set on my second screen. You can't see that, can you?
No.
No.
That's always good to check, because that's got the answers on it. It does remind me that I should break all ties. People don't particularly want to break ties if it's not for first place, obviously, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. It's also got a reminder to me to check with players they're expecting to be playing ICC. I think you seem like people are expecting to be playing ICC, given that this is the final, but it's always got to make sure.
And you do use a different set for the Tier 1 final.
It is different, yeah. Tier 1 finals are different to every other set that we've had this season.
It would have been a bit late for me to ask that now, given that I have seen the set for the other finals.
I've looked through. It's a lovely set of new questions. I'm hoping that I'm going to pronounce it all correctly. You can point out if I don't.
I'll thank you not to correct my pronunciation of the answers.
I won't.
Yeah, same.
I'm extremely lenient on phonetic spelling, and especially in foreign tongues. Obviously, if there is something debatable, I will play it down the line so we see how it finishes before going to adjudication. Hopefully, that's not going to happen this time. No adjudication necessary. You'll get everything correct or pass it extremely quickly and confidently. Here's Anu.
Yeah, let's just do the numerical tiebreaker now.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Sorry for late again.
I
Anu, right. Everyone is here. We have in seat 1, Darren, seat 2, Evan, Anu, Jonathan, right. Everyone's here in the right place. Okay, I need to go to this and say, welcome to the season 11 grand final of the International Culture Challenge. First of all, I have to give thanks to the people who deserve it. There's a huge amount of people, as usual. I will rattle through them. Thank you to Andy Greeley for maintaining the results thread within the Facebook group, and Mike Olson, likewise, for running the statistics every week, which proved that I was always correct in what I judged a question to be. Huge thanks to Will Jones. Will built the ICC platform and the emailing tool and the leaderboard. He maintains this, as well as taking care of the draw and the weekly emails and lots of other things you're aware of. Well done, Will. Our huge writing team, who go to such efforts to put together interesting, varied and novel quads for each week of ICC. This season's team was Andrew Whittingham, Ben Jones, Ewan McGregor, Francis Hadley, Frank Paul, Hugh Bennett, Joseph Kroll, Christian Kvamser, Movin Miranda, Omar Keskin, Rob Hanna, Ronnie Jackson, Victoria Gross and Vrichik Basu. It's a monumental task to come up with new and interesting questions every season, and this team do a fantastic job, so thank you to them. Must thank the wonderful editors, Hugh Bennett and Rob Hanna. Hugh and Rob go to great lengths every season for ICC, reviewing every quad, fact-checking, organising the sets, and then translating into 11 different languages. They also assist the ICC organisation, and it's their efforts that make ICC the high-quality competition it is. And to everyone who's given up their time to read one of the 694 ICC games this season, especially those in the core reader group who have to put up with countless notifications from John Stitcher every day. Hello. And finally, to our 312 players who participated in this season of ICC, making it one of the biggest and best competitions to date. Without your continued support for the competition, it would not happen. And we cannot thank you enough for coming back season after season and recommending the competition to your friends. And now we must meet the usual suspects, or as we would like to call them, the grand finalists. In seat 1, the player making his debut in an ICC grand final, making him the 18th individual to appear in one. On TV, you may have seen him on Jeopardy or winning $30,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or his incredible achievement taking Ken Jennings to a head-to-head draw on Masterminds. In 2025, he won a silver medal at Quiz Bowl Trivia Nationals, playing alongside one of today's other finalists. Within OQL, he's reached Tier 1 of Pop Solos, making him one of a small band of players, alongside 2 of his fellow finalists, to reach Tier 1 of both ICC and the Pop Culture Challenge. He's part of the Spiral Scratch team that this season have earned promotion to OQL Division 1. Please welcome Darren Munk.
You got no time for the messenger. Got no regard for the thing that you don't understand. You got no fear of the underdog. That's why you will not survive.
In seat 2, a player who needs no introduction, but as usual is going to get one anyway. A man who has done it all in quiz. He's playing in his 8th ICC Grand Final, having made the previous 7 ICC Grand Finals. He's won the sister competition, Pop Culture Challenge, on 4 separate occasions, showing an incredible breadth of knowledge. His OQL team Mangoes have won Division 1 4 times. His COQL team Cardi B have won Cockle UK and the Cockle World Championship. His medal collection from Live 8 events puts Sarah Story's Paralympics collection to shame, and he's been a member of multiple winning buzzer quiz teams. There is nothing in quiz that this man can't do. Seeking his 3rd ICC championship, please welcome Evan Lynch. In seat 3, a player appearing in his 3rd ICC Grand Final after finishing 4th in Season 9 and taking silver back in Season 3. In Connections Online Quiz League, he's part of the Thursdays team, who won Cockle USA Division 2 earlier this year. In OQL USA, he plays for Wednesdays, who have been a mainstay of OQL USA Division 1 and were pipped to the league title this season by just 1 point. Seems like a bad time to bring that up. In this season of ICC, he ranked 2nd on the leaderboard and was one of only 2 players to win all their leaderboard games. He played along alongside Darren Munk to win a silver medal at Trivia Nationals Quiz Bowl in 2025, and today is looking for his first ICC season win. Please welcome Anu Kashyap. I'm going to use the word inspirational. In seat 4, a player making their second ICC Grand Final appearance have finished third in Season 7. Another player who doesn't only specialise in ICC, as he's won PCC in Season 10 before crossing the floor to join the writing team. On TV, he's won a series of Only Connect as part of the Pitchers team and is the youngest ever Mastermind champion, having won the series aged just 24, on which subject he's probably the only quizzer to have been the subject of a question on tipping point, the ultimate accolade for a British quizzer. In OQL, he plays for dartologists who are on course for their highest ever finish and currently tops the individual standings for players who played more than 3 games this season. Another player looking for their first ever ICC title, please welcome Jonathan Gibson.
They wouldn't go for my story. They wouldn't hear my plea. Only you can set me free. 'Cause I'm guilty, guilty, guilty as a gun can be. Come on, baby, can't you see? I stand accused of love in the first degree.
Almost equally inspirational. Right, we get rid of that. If I move my share to questions. So there's the score sheet. Can you all see a score sheet and nothing else?
Not just yet.
Not yet.
There
Now,
we go.
now I
yes.
can.
There
Yes.
we go. Perfect. And that says loaded questions, week 9, tier 1, grand final. We're looking good. I will add a timer. As always, I'll give you a 10-second warning when your time is about to expire. You all know how this works, but for the benefit of the tape and anyone watching who doesn't know, you get 30 seconds on your own questions, 3 seconds to pass or answer on bonuses. And if you'd be so good to just keep your hands and faces on screen at all times. Good luck, everyone. Let's
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, have
of
fun.
the champion. And this final game begins with Darren. Your first question. Which king of Sicily and Holy Roman Emperor, who was excommunicated 4 times, founded the university that bears his name in Naples in 1224? It is the world's oldest state-funded university.
Roger the Second.
That's incorrect, I'm afraid. Evan,
Pass.
pass to Anu.
Frederick II.
Frederick II is correct. I will be showing all answers for the benefit of other people watching who may not have as much knowledge as you do. Darren, your second question. In 2005, Marina Abramovich performed a week-long residency at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, given what title? She performed 5 landmark works by other conceptual artists, as well as her own 1975 performance, Lips of Thomas, and a new work called Entering the Other Side.
5 easy pieces.
Not that, I'm afraid. Evan?
6 easy pieces.
Not that, I'm afraid. Jonathan?
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
7 easy pieces.
I'm sorry about that, but it's 7 easy pieces. It would have been neater if Jonathan had said it, but Anu gets the bonus. And Darren, we're back to you. In 1980, China designated 4 special economic zones to attract foreign investment and experiment with market-oriented reforms. What small fishing town of Guangdong province became the most famous of these zones and later grew into a mega city?
Shenzhen.
Shenzhen is correct. We move on to Evan. Evan, your first question today. What problem in physics asks if one can predict the movement of a set of objects acting on each other in the presence of gravity? The field of chaos theory was developed when Henri Poincaré showed that there was no analytic solution for this problem.
The end problem.
Is correct. Would have accepted 3-body problem. but N body problem is the main answer. Your second. February 1942 saw the capture of what then territory by Japan, led by General Tomoyuki Yamashita. The Japanese carp and chrysanthemum divisions captured this territory's strategically important Bukit Timah Hill almost a month before the Sukching massacre.
Singapore.
Singapore is correct. And your third. Which German art historian's 1764 work, The History of Art in Antiquity, is often credited with helping to spark the neoclassical movement?
Burkhart.
Not that, I'm afraid, Jonathan.
Winkelmann?
Winkelmann is correct. Johann Joachim Winkelmann. I know you're set for 3.
Yep.
The dramatist Eugene Scribe wrote the libretti for many successful 19th century operas. Among these was what work by Daniel Aubert, set during a Neapolitan uprising and considered the first French grand opera. It is now perhaps best remembered for the riot that broke out at an 1830 performance at the Monet Theatre in Brussels that led to the Belgian Revolution.
Le Muette de Portici.
La Muette Portici is correct. I could have had it translated. You gave me the original. Your second. Born Gloria Jean Watkins, which author's texts on gender, race, and culture include All About Love, the first volume in her Love Song to the Nation series. Her pen name, which she always styled in lowercase, came from an outspoken ancestor. Ten seconds.
Bell hooks.
Bell hooks is correct. You even pronounced it in lowercase. Well done. Third. King Osei Kofi Tutu I and his chief priest Okomfo Angokoye Anokye helped found what West African empire after defeating Denkyira at the 1701 Battle of Fei-Ase? Seconds.
Ashanti.
Ashanti is correct. Asante or Ashanti. Jonathan, your first set of 3. Found throughout Eurasia and capable of migrations of thousands of miles, the hawk moth Macroglossum stellatarum takes its common name from its resemblance to what other pollinator? The name of this animal is also found in the common name of the North American clearwing moth Hemaris thisbe. Seconds.
B.
Not B. Darren?
I'll pass.
Pass to Evan.
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
Pass.
Pass. This is the hummingbird. It's the hummingbird hawk moth. Jonathan again. In 1983, while working for the Cetus Corporation, which American biochemist developed the polymerase chain reaction, PCR, in order to exponentially amplify specific DNA sequences? He went on to share the Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Michael Smith.
Mollis.
Mollis is correct. Curry Mollis. And your third. The followers of which religious figure, born in Ctesiphon in the 3rd century CE, celebrated the Bema feast, in which a 5-tiered rostrum was set up in his memory. This prophet died in captivity after the ascension of the Sassanid ruler Bahram I. 10 seconds.
Money?
Money is correct. End of the round. Just the one X. Anu has a lead with 5. 3, 2, 1 for the other 3. Anu's taken 2 bonus attempts. Evan and Jonathan 1. Darren still to have a try. We're back to Darren for round 2. Tomonobu Imanichi has argued that what concept central to the philosophy of Martin Heidegger was inspired by Okakura Kakuzo's concept of being in the world, which he uses in the Book of Tea to describe Zhuangzi's Taoist philosophy. Heidegger uses this German word to refer to the unique self-aware experience of human existence.
Dasein.
Dasein is correct. Spelt thus. Darren again. According to a conjecture named after French politician Paul Paul-Levé, singularities named for not undergoing what events exist for the n-body problem when n is greater than or equal to 4. The mean free path is the average amount of time a particle can travel without undergoing one of these events. Ten seconds.
Oscillation.
Not that I'm afraid, Evan.
Collision.
Collision is correct. I can accept collision or non-collision. Darren again. Dust Tracks on a Road was the 1942 autobiography of which author and anthropologist? Alice Walker helped repopularize her writing through an article in Ms. magazine in 1975.
Benedict.
Not that I'm afraid, Jonathan.
Zora Neale Hurston?
Zora Neale Hurston is the one you're looking for. We're back to Evan. Evan, dubbed the Eye of Africa, the Rishat structure is an eroded geological dome around 40 kilometers across. It is found on the Adra Plateau near the Tao Deni Basin in what country of the Sahara?
Mauritania.
Mauritania is correct. Your second. After its founding, the University of Naples competed with the famed medical school of what nearby city? The medieval text on women's health, titled De Trotula, is attributed to Trotta, one of the group of women physicians who operated at this city's medical school.
Salerno.
Salerno is correct. And your third. Although Carrie Mullis is credited with the 1983 invention of PCR, the basic principle of using primers to replicate DNA in vitro was first described in a 1971 paper in the Journal of Molecular Biology by Kjell Kleppe, working in the laboratory of which Indian-born chemist? This person shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1968 for discovering how nucleotide sequences in DNA and RNA direct protein synthesis.
Ramachandran.
Not that I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
Korana.
Khurana is correct. Hargobind Khurana. And Anu, your own questions.
Yeah.
In a 1940 Jorge Luis Borges short story, the author inherits a mysterious book following the death of the English engineer Herbert Ashe. The book is revealed to be the 11th volume in a huge encyclopedia dedicated entirely to what mythical world, whose inhabitants deny the reality of the material world and whose language entirely lacks nouns. Ten seconds. Need an answer, please.
Ukbar.
Not that, I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Jonathan.
Pass.
Pass to Evan.
Lon.
Clon. I'm unlucky there. Anu, it's you can
Yep.
have Slon on its own, but
Oh,
it would have to be Clonuk Orbius Tertius, which is the full title.
you can just accept the. Okay, that's
Clon is
that's
the name of the world.
That would make sense, but whatever.
It's a bit
Okay.
it's quite restrictive in what it's asking for, I'm afraid.
no, it's fine. It's just like if they were to ask for the short story, then okay, that's fine.
Unfortunate. We move on.
Yep.
What is the common name of the butterfly species Vanessa cardui, the most widespread butterfly species in the world, found on all continents except Antarctica and South America? These butterflies are known for their long migrations, with some undertaking a 14,500 kilometre, 6-generation round trip between Northern Europe and North Africa. Ten seconds.
Swallowtail.
Not swallowtail. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Jonathan.
Monarch.
Not monarch either. Evan?
Pass.
It is the Painted Lady or the Cosmopolitan. And Anu again. The first work Marina Abramovich performed as part of 7 Easy Pieces was which American artist's Body Pressure? In this work, participants were instructed to push their bodies against a false wall, as shown here.
Nauman.
Bruce Nauman is correct. Jonathan, your set of 3 to finish the round. Zhuhai, one of China's 4 original special economic zones, owed much of its early growth to its proximity to what special administrative region that remained under European colonial administration until 1999?
Macau.
Macau is correct. Obviously could have been a different one, but it's Macau. Your second. Japan provided naval support to Vichy France during Operation Ironclad, a 1942 Allied operation to capture the port of Diego Suarez on what island? The Free French officer Paul Le Gentilhomme was appointed commissioner of this island a month after its recapture. Seconds.
Bougainville.
Not Bougainville. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Evan.
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
Pass.
It is Madagascar.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan again. Which Swiss art historian wrote the Cicerone, a guide to Italian Renaissance art arranged geographically for the use of travellers. Is also known for his work The Civilization of the Renaissance in Italy, which discusses both daily life and the emergence of the modern nation state.
I think that's Burckhardt.
It is Jacob Burckhardt. End of the round. Anu has a lead by 1 over Evan and Jonathan. Darren is still here, and anything can happen as we go into round 3. Darren, one of the commonest butterflies in Europe and North America. What is the common name of Vanessa atalanta? They undertake high-altitude migrations in the spring and autumn, overwintering in warmer areas.
Try swallowtail.
Not swallowtail, Evan.
Monarch.
Not monarch.
Oh, oh my god.
I'll pass.
Pass to Jonathan.
I'll pass.
There's a colour clue there. This is
Red Admiral.
Oh, it's Red Admiral.
Nabokov would have crushed this fight if he was playing.
For so many reasons. Darren
Yeah.
again. The Dragon's Eye is a tidal pool resembling a reptilian eye on Vestvagoya, an island of what archipelago found close to the mainland in the Norwegian county of Nordland. These islands have become a popular tourist destination due to the dramatic scenery.
Lofoten.
Lofoten is correct.
Very nice.
And your third. Eugène Scribe helped further establish the genre of French grand opera with his collaboration with Giacomo Meyerbeer on What Opera, loosely based on a medieval legend whose title character is a Norman nobleman under the influence of the sinister Bertram. Ten seconds.
Ronaldo.
Not that, I'm afraid. Anu?
Pass.
Pass to Jonathan.
Robert Le Diable.
Robert Le Diable, Robert the Devil, is correct. Evan, your next set of three. King Osei Kofi Tutu I established what throne, supposedly conjured by Akomfo Akonokye, as the ultimate symbol of Asante power. The Asante Empire was annexed to the British following an armed rebellion that is often named after this object.
Golden Stool.
Golden Stool is correct, also known as Sika. Your second. Often considered the first major Western parallel to the Buddhist doctrine of dukkha, what name does Arthur Schopenhauer give to the blind, suffering-inducing force central to his philosophy? Schopenhauer claims that the world becomes nothing to those in whom this force has denied itself, and explicitly compares that nothingness to the Buddhist concept of prajnaparamita. Seconds.
The Will.
Is correct. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
And Evan's third. What southernmost Chinese province, consisting mostly of a namesake island, was formerly part of Guangdong until 1988, when it was separated and made the country's only province-wide special economic zone?
Hainan.
Hainan is correct. We're back to Anu.
Hmm?
The medical school at Salerno grew in influence after the arrival of Constantine the African, who spent his later years translating Arabic medical treatises at what Benedictine monastery that housed a large body of medical text. Established by Benedict of Nursia himself, it was the first house of the Benedictine order. Seconds.
Monte Cassino.
Monte Cassino is correct. Well
Nice.
pulled. Your second. The Japanese operation codenamed Mo was also named after what now capital city, which they planned to capture in the Kokoda track campaign of mid-1942. An aerial battle named after this Southern Hemisphere city was effectively ended following the Battle of the Coral Sea. Seconds.
Port Moresby.
It is Port Moresby. Well done.
Yeah.
And your third question. Mani's 7 treatises were written in what Semitic language, also known as Edessan Aramaic, in which the Peshitta edition of the Bible was published? The Chaldean Orthodox Church uses this language, which names a West Rite used by the Maronite Church and an East Rite used by the Church of the East. 10 seconds.
Hugo Riddick.
Not that, I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
That's to Jonathan.
Pass.
And to Evan.
Pass.
That's a pass. It's Syriac. Or Suriara. Jonathan to finish the round again. Which British feminist wrote 2017's best-selling Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race? She currently runs the HarperCollins imprint Monument Books.
Edo Lodge.
Rennie Edo Lodge is correct.
Nice.
Your second. Taking the form of 3 cross-referenced encyclopedias whose entries often contradict each other, what 1984 novel by the Serbian writer Milorad Pavic was released in 2 editions, one male and one female, with the 2 texts differing by a single paragraph?
Dictionary of the Khazars.
Dictionary of the Khazars is spot on. And your third. Marina Abramovich's 7 Easy Pieces recreated Action Pants' Genital Panic, which consisted of wearing crotchless pants in the crowded gallery for 7 hours, by which Austrian artist? Abramovich's interpretation added a machine gun.
Okay, I'll just
Into 10 seconds.
I'll just say Uday.
Not that, I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
That's to Anu.
Pass.
That's to Evan.
Pass.
This is Valley Export, formerly known as Walter Lena. Okay, end of round 3. It's a tie at the top. Evan, Anu, and Jonathan all have 9. Darren is very much at the front of the bonus queue. So let us see what happens in round 4 as we go back to Darren for these 3. Modern PCR relies on what polymerase that allows the reaction to proceed without manual replenishment after each heating cycle? It was originally isolated from thermophilic bacterium, Thermus aquaticus, found in the hot springs of Yellowstone.
No, pass.
Pass to Anu.
Tac polymerase.
TAC is correct.
Yeah, okay.
From
Oh.
Thermus aquaticus.
Thermus aquaticus.
Okay. Yeah.
Darren again. Which Austrian-born art historian wrote the 1950 work The Story of Art, which chronicles art from its prehistoric beginnings until modernism? He is also known for Art and Illusion, in which he explores the relationship between psychological perception and artistic representation.
Danto.
Not him, I'm afraid. Evan?
Gombrich.
Gombrich is correct. Ernst Gombrich.
Nice.
And Darren again. Born like Pavic in Serbia, which author was accused of plagiarizing Borges in A Tomb for Boris Davidovich and wrote the Borges-inspired short story collection The Encyclopedia of the Dead, which combines history and fiction?
Kiss.
Kiss is correct, Daniel. Evan, your next set of 3. Among the other works Marina Abramovich recreated in 7 Easy Pieces was The Conditioning by which French pioneer of art corporel? In this work, artists lie on a metal frame that is heated from below with candles.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but Pane or Pane.
Yeah, I did go and look it up, and it seems to be that she's Italian by birth, but French by nationality. And it's
Yeah, the French was throwing
Pane.
me.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Pain would be very appropriate, though, obviously. Evan again. One of the most successful French grand operas of the 19th century was what collaboration between Scribe and the composer Fromental Alevi that tells of a forbidden love between the title character Rachel and the Christian prince Leopold?
Le Juive.
La Juive is correct.
Thanks.
And your third. One of Mani's 7 teachings is an antediluvian narrative titled For What Beings, who are often said to be the sons of Shemiaza. Due to a phrase used to describe them in the Septuagint, the King James Bible describes the Nephilim as these beings, while the Book of Enoch describes them as the offspring of the Watchers and their wives.
People of the book.
Not that, I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
Pass.
And to Jonathan.
Pass.
They're big, and they are the giants.
Oh,
Anu, your set of 3.
Mhm.
The only conserved quantity for the circular restricted 3-body problem is an integral or constant named after which German mathematician? A matrix named after this mathematician consists of the first-order partial derivatives of a vector-valued multivariate function. Ten seconds.
Jacobi.
It is Jacobi.
Nice.
Gustav Jacob Jacobi.
Except Jacobian matrix. Sure.
Anu again. The only special economic zone in the west of China is the city of Kashgar, a stop on the historic Silk Road located near the borders with Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. Kashgar is a city in what autonomous region of China, the country's largest and westernmost subdivision?
Xinjiang.
Xinjiang is correct. It has other names, but Xinjiang is the main one. And your third. It is sometimes noted that a concept similar to the Buddhist notion of anatta is present in what philosophical approach, first formulated by Alfred North Whitehead in Science and the Modern World. This approach rejects static substances, holding that all actual entities are interconnected and shaped by past events, mirroring the Buddhist doctrine of pratityasamutpada. Seconds.
Process philosophy.
Process philosophy is exactly what I have. You could have even said ontology of becoming if you'd seen fit. Jonathan, your set of 3 to finish the round. The Golden Stool resided in what Ghanaian city, the capital of the Asante Empire? The Manhia Palace Museum, built as compensation for the destruction of the palace at Adum during the War of the Golden Stool, is located in this city.
Kumasi.
Kumasi is correct. Your second. Another rival of Salerno was the medical school of what French university, established in 1220? This university's medical school is held to be the oldest one still in operation, and it counts Nostradamus and François Rabelais among its alumni.
Oh dear.
Ten seconds.
No, I'll just say the Sorbonne.
Not the Sorbonne. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
Pass.
Pass to Evan.
pass.
It is the University of Montpellier.
Oh, wow.
Jonathan again. The Prohodna cave has 2 holes in its ceiling known as the Eyes of God. Located near the Iskar Gorge, the Prohodna cave is a tourist attraction in what country, whose other caves include Yagodina in the Rhodope Mountains?
Bulgaria?
Bulgaria is exactly where they are. End of round 4, it's moving time. Anu has 13, Evan 12, Jonathan 11, Darren slightly behind, but still with 4 bonus attempts in hand. This could be the time to use them. In the meantime, it's Darren's directs, which begin with... A section of the 1944 Battle of Kohima was named after what specific location in the residence of Assam's Deputy Commissioner Charles Pawsey? Major Francis Boschel reportedly occupied ground overlooking this feature, in which fighters are said to have thrown grenades at point-blank range towards the enemy forces.
The Courtyard.
Not the courtyard. Anu?
Tennis court.
Tennis court. Brutal encounter over a tennis court. Darren again. The War of the Golden Stool is alternatively named after what Queen Mother of Ejisu, who led the Asante in the heroic but ultimately doomed rebellion against British rule?
Pass.
Pass to Jonathan.
Nzinga.
Not that, I'm afraid. Evan.
Yeah, Ashantua.
Not that, I'm afraid. Anu.
Really?
I will pass.
Pass. All I have is Ya.
Yeah, Ashantua. That's
Yeah,
what I
I
said.
think that's what Evan said. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
That broke up. That broke up. My apologies.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So Evan gets that.
Nice.
And Darren, your third question. Containing numerous illustrations of Manichaean cosmogony made by Mani himself, which one of the holy books of Manichaeism is also known as the Book of Pictures? The text of this work is now lost, but many of its illustrations have been reconstructed from copies.
No, I'll pass.
Pass to Anu,
Pass.
pass to Jonathan,
Pass.
and to Evan.
Ginza.
Not that, I'm afraid. This one is Arjang. Evan, your final set of three. Which 1996 book by Roberto Bolaño, inspired by Borges, is presented as an encyclopedia of mediocre writers with far-right political views? Although the writers are entirely fictional, they are described meeting real authors such as Allen Ginsberg and Octavio Paz.
$26.66.
Not that, I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
That's to Anu
Pass.
and to Jonathan.
Fascist literature of the Americas.
I have got Nazi Literature of the Americas, which I don't think is going to do it. It's the title of a book. You're very
That's a
unlucky
shame.
there.
No, I'll
That
speak
is,
it.
yeah. Evan again. Among the earliest black feminist texts is which author's 1861 Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl? In the book she notes, I have not exaggerated the wrongs inflicted by slavery. On the contrary, my descriptions fall far short of the facts.
Jacobs.
It is Harriet Jacobs.
Nice.
And your third. Agrotis infusa is a species of moth that makes a biannual migration of nearly 1,000 kilometres to and from the Australian Alps. They are known by what Deuteroa name, which they give to the tallest mountain in Victoria, where they estivate in large numbers.
Pass.
Pass to Darren
Pass.
and to Anu
Pass.
and to Jonathan.
Bogong.
Bogong is a great answer.
Nice.
Very nice.
We move to Anu for your final set of three.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the second stage of the polymerase chain reaction cycle following denaturation, in which the temperature is lowered to between 50 and 65 degrees Celsius? This allows short DNA fragments, known as primers, to hybridize with the template. Seconds.
Annealing.
Annealing is correct. Familiar from another context. That's exactly what it is. Your second. Which German-born art historian wrote the 1953 book Early Netherlandish Painting, based on lectures he'd given at Harvard? He is considered the most significant figure in using iconology as a means of interpreting art, building on the tradition of his teacher Aby Warburg.
Panofsky.
Panofsky is correct, Erwin Panofsky. And your third. Only discovered in 2016 and named due to its resemblance to an eye, El Ojo is a floating island approximately 118 meters in diameter that is found in the delta of what river, one of the world's 10 longest? 10 seconds.
Paraná.
Pulled out at the last minute. It is the Paraná.
Nice.
Thank you.
3 questions of normal time remain. Going to Jonathan. What name does David Hume give to his theory of the self that holds that because an object consists of nothing but its properties, the ego is therefore nothing but a collection of changing perceptions? Like process philosophy, this theory has been compared to the Buddhist conception of anatta, and Alison Gopnik has argued that Hume may have encountered Buddhist thought while in France during the 1730s.
The reflected self.
Not that, I'm afraid. Darren?
Pass.
That's to Anu.
Pass.
That's to Evan.
Bundle theory.
Bundle theory, is it?
Very nice.
Jonathan again. In his later career, Gaetano Donizetti collaborated with Scribe on 4 French grand operas. Among them was What Work, mostly set in 16th century Portugal and written for the composer's friend, the tenor Gilbert Dupré. It was Donizetti's last completed opera before he was institutionalized due to neurosyphilis.
I'm now doubting whether this is even Donizetti, but Don Pasquale?
Not Don Pasquale. Darren?
Pass.
Pass to Anu.
Le Martyr.
Not that, I'm afraid. Evan?
Maria Stuarda.
Not that, I'm afraid. You've obviously got it in there somewhere, Jonathan. It's Don Sebastian.
Oh, I did not have that.
Oh,
in
don't you?
there.
You had one of those. Well, you had one of those words in there somewhere. And the final question of the quiz to Jonathan. Vladimir Arnold, Jürgen Moser, and which mathematician co-name a theorem pertaining to the quasi-periodic motions that can arise in 3-body systems? In fluid dynamics, microscales present in turbulent flow regimes are named after this man, who also names a 0-1 law in probability theory.
Hmm.
Ten seconds.
Reynolds.
Not Reynolds. Darren?
Kolmogorov.
Kolmogorov is
Oh, okay.
correct. The Kolmogorov-Arnold Moser theorem, and that means there is a new name on the cup. Well done, Anu.
Let's go.
13
man.
points. You are the
Thanks so
series
much, man.
champion. That was an exceptional, as always, it's always an exceptional final in this competition, but that was really some really good answers pulled out there.
Yeah, it's a
Very
good
well
game.
done, everyone.
Thank you,
We do not need to break any tie breaks. Would you like the tie breaks and spares just for fun?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do
It's a
it.
final. We
Let's
do
do it.
love our tie breaks for fun. The Carboniferous period is sometimes treated as 2 separate geological periods: the Mississippian and which other?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yes. Yeah.
Named in part for the year of its founding, which Dutch political party is led by current Prime Minister Rob Jetten? It was a good year.
So 1589 was the
More
start
recent-
of the golden?
It's a more recent,
more
year.
recent than
Good-
that,
good,
okay.
good one. Good one for English football. This is
1999.
it's Democrat 66.
I was gonna say.
Depicted in a series of paintings by Vittorio Carpaccio and a work thought to be the last painting by Caravaggio, which Christian martyr is said to have set out to Cologne with a group of 11,000
Saint
virgins.
Ursula.
Ursula.
Iran's most important pilgrimage site, the Imam Reza Shrine, is found in which populous city in the country's northeast?
Mashhad.
Mashhad.
Centering on the life of Athanasius Pernat, a jeweler in the Prague ghetto, The Golem is a 1950 novel by which Austrian author? It's a Gustav, I'll give you that.
What?
No,
Just
it's like
like-
This is so YGK.
Yeah, this is not one of the best-known Austrian authors. It's Gustav
No.
Meyrink.
Merrick. Yeah.
Which 3rd century CE Greek biographer is known for his work, Lives and Opinions of Eminent Philosophers, which remains an important source for the history of ancient Greek philosophy?
Diogenes
Laertius.
Absolutely spot on. And spares. Who's the first and only woman to reign as Empress of the Ethiopian Empire, doing so between 1916 and 1930?
Zuditu.
Zuditu, yes.
Yeah.
Or
Nice.
Mariam. Responsible for most industrial production of polyethylene, titanium chloride is an example of what type of catalyst used in the polymerization of olefins?
Ziegler-Natta.
Ziegler-Natta is correct.
Oh, sure.
And what apt name is given to the traditional style of Mongolian folk music in which a few words may be stretched out over several minutes?
Long song.
Long song, say what you see.
Nice.
And if we had gone to the nearest the ball tiebreak, you can just shout them out because
Yeah,
it's quite a good one, though. How many mirrors are there in the Hall of Mirrors in Versailles? These mirrors are grouped into a smaller number of collections called arches, but we are looking for the total number of individual mirrors.
Are we counting mirrors reflected in other mirrors?
Of course we are. It's an infinite number of mirrors. It just goes on forever.
I will abstain, but I'm curious to hear the answer.
I'll say,
475.
Okay.
oh, I was going to go
2300.
13,000.
Okay, well, we should have just stuck with Evan. It's 357.
Okay.
Well done. As I say, tremendous quiz, tremendous season. Let's
Yeah, well done, Anna.
next time and do it all
Yeah,
again.
Thanks,
good
Evan.
job.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks so much, Tim, for reading.
No worries.
Yeah, thanks for reading.
Enjoyable.
All right.
All right.
Well, I will.
Cheers,
see
y'all.
you
folks. Have a good Sunday.
Bye bye. You too.